today using our brand new subscription box number 42, which is all about the ribbon threading. We are going to be creating this card. So we're going to have a lot of fun by doing this ribbon threading. So let's go straight in and show you how you can get creative with this card. So what we're going to do to start with is I have taken one of these 6x6 cards that you get in the subscription box. Now this says, of course, one of 9. You do get 18 in total, where you're getting another 9 that is your A2 in size. Now what I've then done is I've taken one of the coloured cardstocks from the collection, where you're getting 15 of them, and I have trimmed this layer down to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm going to go in now with my tape runner, and we're going to add that onto my card blank. So let's make sure we've got it opening the right way. So that one can go into the centre. Then I've taken one of the polka dot pattern papers. This is one where you're getting 18 designs in total. Now what I have done is I've gone round the edge very, very lightly with some of our fuchsia water reactive ink, and I have cut this layer to 5.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and I'm going to go in with my double-sided tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that to the left hand side where we're leaving a little bit of a matten layer border. Now we need to cover up this section here. So I'm going in with a piece of our white smooth stamping card. Now what's super cool about these ones is if you take the center die on its own, the ribbon threading die, that's going to cut into your cardstock. So depending on what size of card you're using, it's going to cut into the middle. But then if you take the two outside dies, this is going to enable you to create a separate element. Now you can have it so it's quite wide, or you can have it so that it's quite thin. It's entirely up to yourself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our low tack tape, and I'm going to position them into place. Now what I'm going to do, this is the way that I like to do it, is I like to pop my left hand side one in first, then I'm going to come in with the center die, and I'm going to get that one into play, and then once I'm happy, I'm then going to secure that one down, and I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Let's line that up slightly, and then what I can do is I can come in with the opposite one, the right hand side one, get that one into play, and then I can tape that down with my low tack tape. So pop that into place and pop that one into place. Now, because of the size of this one, we will be able to use our Gemini Mini, or you could be using your Gemini MIDI, like I'm going to do here. So what we can do is if we take our MIDI, I'm going to run it through. Now, you can be using any of our electric Geminis if you want, but at least knowing that you can use your MIDI and your Mini will be absolutely perfect. So what we can do, now that we've run them ones through, we can get rid of all these little bits, and then the only thing you'll need to do is you'll need to snip away at the edges. Now it's only a little bit, but we're going to take all this tape off first, remove the dies, careful not to tear our card, but if we take them ones out the way, pop them to the side for now, and then I'm going to take my scissors, and then all that I'm going to do is snip there, and then we're going to snip there. That's then going to release it. So that's now released into the middle, and then to finish I'm going to pop out all these little bits here. Now so many of them come out on their own, but give it a little bit of a helping hand, any loose ones, or take your die tool, it's up to yourself. But let's pop these bits out here. So we've now got our ribbon threaded design. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this pink satin ribbon from the subscription box. Now remember, you're getting 10 reels in total, and you're going to get 5 colours, but you're going to get 5 in satin and 5 in organza. So this one is the satin one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to thread it up and then under, and then we're going to do a little bit at a time and thread up and then over. And then we're going to carry that all the way along. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure each edge. So I'm going to add some of our double-sided tape and then secure it. I'm then going to add another piece at this end. And it's securing the ribbon. So it's not going to fall out or fold out. It's going to sit nicely. And then if you want to give it a little bit of an extra pull, then that's giving it nice and taut. So then what I can do is let's trim that excess, We've now got our lovely die-cut design. We've got our ribbon flowing all the way through. So then that means what we can do is come along with our dotty tape runner for this one. And then I'm going to add my dots all the way around. And we're going to add it all the way around. And even into these little crossbars here, what I'm going to do is add a little bit. That's going to hold the centres into position, and it's also going to hold the ribbon into position. We can then come along and we can have a play at the angle. So let's go relatively straight actually, and then I can press that one in. I'm going to take the same pink satin ribbon and I have tied a bow. That can finish off at the top there. And then what I've done, last but by no means least, I've taken white smooth stamping card and stamped one of the sentiments. Now, this pink layer for the backdrop, this one is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then the white layer that I've stamped my sentiment on is 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. So that lets you see the measurements of the sentiment. So we can simply finish off, taking these off, bringing them into play. I'm going to position that maybe about the halfway mark, pressing it. It's nice, it's secure, giving it a little press down once again. And then there we go. There is our lovely 6x6 card that we have made using the subscription box number 42, which is all about the ribbon thread and dies.